everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. So, thank you, Mr. Stuckman, so much for this gorgeous little present. It is an addition to the archive of the Fashion Bunker, and it is the Jasmine Oil by Chanel. I have tested it since a couple of weeks now, and am ready to deliver the review. First and foremost, we can see the little box. I can come in as close as I can there. It does not come in a perfume box. It comes because it's not a perfume. It's an oil. It's a facial oil, or you could also use it as a body oil. It's kind of it's a beauty product, and it comes in the typical Chanel packaging for their, serums, creams, what have you. Black glossy upper part, and then it has just a little kind of slit around it in black that states how many milliliters or fluid ounces it has. In this case, it's a 50 milliliter glass container. This is how it looks like on the inside. It's super tiny. It almost looks like one of their, actually it's the same packaging, it's the same type of glass bottle that they use for their acetone nail polish remover products. I think for those they even do 30 ml, not so sure, but I have seen also 50 ml in the past. So that's the bottle it comes in, and you might think, geez Louise, this is so tiny and so expensive for the size. I mean, it is some sort of kind of an exclusive product. You can't find it everywhere. Not even every Chanel boutique has it. You could get it on Chanel online, on their website, and in select Chanel boutiques. Not all Chanel boutiques have it. They did produce most of the ingredients coming into this bottle are natural. Some are not, however. And Chanel kind of is promoting it internally. They're not really doing commercials for it. It's kind of had a very soft launch. And just like word of mouth, that the jasmine flowers are from the fields of Grasse in France, which are the fields from which Chanel takes the flowers to make their Les Exclusifs fragrances as well as their pure parfum fragrances. They do not have, however, enough flowers, or do not use the Grasse flowers to do their regular release fragrances like Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfums. But the pure essences usually get flowers from Grasse, as does the Huile De Jasmin. To note is 1927 was the first release date. This is when Chanel kind of revolutionized cosmetics, not just everything else, like she revolutionized everything else, but 1927. She decided to go all natural, or almost all natural, and create these kind of oils and creams for the body. I'm not so sure if there were around 15 to 20 products in the range, based on either flowers or extracts from some plants. And she was kind of all about going back to nature. She was all about creating this sort of collection for the skin that enhances the beauty from within, without adding too much artificiality. So with that in mind, I went into experimenting using the jasmine oil. And in fact, I have been using it for quite some time now. And as you can see, it's still relatively full. It's not like you're using a lot of it. And I'm going to show you how it works, actually. So it has a twist lid. Now, if you're expecting a jasmine scented, almost like a fragrance type of oil, you are wrong here, because this one does not. I mean, it has a faint, slightly light, almost undetectable smell of jasmine, but it does have it. However, I've noticed, like when I wash my face with depending what cleansing product I use for the face that day. Usually I use my Yves Rocher cleansing. You can see that in my video where I showcase like my daily facial routine. But I use a lot of like tester creams, the samples that I get, here and there. So if from time to time a cream has a particularly intense smell, or I don't wash my hair every day. If I wash my hair that day, I have the smell of the shampoo. Already the smell of the shampoo would be overpowering, so that you would kind of not smell the jasmine oil anymore. Like you can detect it literally only if you really don't use anything else on your skin, like when you wash it and cleanse it, or if you don't do any, shampoos and stuff. And then when you put the oil on, then you're going to smell it. It's going to be very refreshing. It's going to smell very delicate, extremely delicate and beautiful, but for a second, you know, and then it's gone. It's just for your own personal pleasure to kind of feel like, to inhale a bit of those gorgeous fields from Grasse that belong to Chanel. Chanel does recommend us to mix in a couple of drops, either together with the serum that we're using, or you could put it on your skin prior to the serum or after the serum, or mix it in with your cream, with your daily routine or your night routine, because you can use this day and night. You could use it every day. You could use it also on the weekend. You know, it doesn't matter. Let me close it again, because before we get to testing it, I want to read what actually Chanel tells us. This little booklet, you know, every Chanel cosmetic product and makeup product comes with a little booklet. This one has a lot of pages. It would be cool if they made like a 3D, you know, one of those, like you run through them. I like the ASMR. You run through the booklet and like all the pictures move. But anyway, they wrote in a lot of languages. I'm going to move to the side. So here, let's blend in the image of the little bottle. I'm holding it in my hand on Instagram. You can check out my Instagram profile. It's called Super Dacob, all spelled together. I have like all of these pictures and also sneak peeks of what videos are coming. Like first and foremost, they're on Instagram. So I might blend in also the image that Chanel uses. I might if I can photograph it. Otherwise, it's real difficult. Like they have this really crazy description of how to twirl with your fingers the face, all around the face, like how to massage the oil into your face. But anyway, I don't really follow those instructions. I just blur it all in. But let's read what Chanel tells us. And I'm going to go to the actual page in English. Okay, Huile de Jasmin, or jasmine, revitalizing facial oil with jasmine extract. In 1927, Mademoiselle Chanel launched her first skincare line, a celebration of free, simple, and comfortable beauty. Applying her revolutionary vision of fashion to cosmetics, she created products that met the needs of modern women. Here it says, the 15 iconic products of the catalog included Huile de Jasmin, recommended at the time for its nutritive properties. In tribute of the visionary spirit of Mademoiselle, Chanel now reformulates this timeless oil. Now notice that they tell us, Chanel now reformulates this timeless oil. How many times do we hear this word when it comes to perfumes as well? Except then Chanel does not really tell us that they reformulated it. Timeless know-how, second chapter. Pure and simple, Huile de Jasmin is composed almost entirely of naturally derived ingredients, selected for purity, compatibility with the skin, and sensorial richness. Noble oils offer essential benefits that are diffused into the formula. At the heart lies a jasmine extract from fields cultivated exclusively for Chanel in Grasse. On the day it blossoms, jasmine, an iconic flower of the house, is gathered by hand with traditional methods to preserve all of its properties. Next chapter. For natural beauty, moisturizing, nourishing, and fortifying, Huile de Jasmin infuses the skin with its revitalizing properties while delivering comfort and suppleness. Enhanced with a slightly satiny finish, the complexion lights up with a natural and radiant glow. Wrinkles and fine lines look smoothed. Skin barrier is reinforced. After the first few applications, the skin is soft and plump for a naturally beautiful look. Fourth chapter. An invitation to well-being. Fine, silky, and non-oily, the texture of Huile de Jasmin leaves a veil of comfort on the skin. The delicate fragrance, which recalls fields of jasmine in bloom, soothes the mind and transforms this daily step into a pure moment of well-being. Huile de Jasmin can be applied as needed, every day, or as an intensive treatment, alone or after a serum. Beauty secret. Blend a drop of Huile de Jasmin with your cream for additional benefits. The massage technique intensifies the revitalizing benefits of Huile de Jasmin and accentuates the sensation of well-being and sensory pleasure. Dispense a few drops of oil into the palm of your hand. Use the other hand to dab small amounts into the bottom of the face. the cheeks, the temples, and the forehead. Warm the rest of the oil between the hands and apply to the entire face, smoothing from the center outward. Make concentric circular movements starting from the middle of the cheek, gradually widening the movements outward and upward toward the forehead. Continue the circular movements from the middle of the forehead to the temples. From there, prolong the movement 3 times before smoothing downward. Using one hand, make circular movements under the facial contour on the right side, from the chin to the ears, then smooth towards the clavicle. Repeat gesture on the other side of the face. Okay, what can I say? It's a lot of information that Chanel is telling us. How, they lost me after the second sentence of how to do it. But basically what they're trying to tell us is literally you're moving in circles and then like really around the cheek, you're massaging there, and then you go up over the nose, and then you're going to go on your forehead, you're going to turn here, and you're going to go here. In this area, you're going to press slightly, turn there, and then you're going to come all the way down, and again, turn, up on the nose, turn here, go down there, twist, and this is like what we're doing all the time, we're just like massaging it, and of course, this would be gorgeous to have in a spa, and I have discovered that like there's a Chanel spa beauty treatment available in the Ritz where Coco Chanel used to live till her dying day in 1971 in January. And they do offer all sorts of treatments, massages, spa beauty rituals, and I'm sure that they also have the Huile De Jasmin in Paris at the Ritz. So that's like a little secret thing that I've discovered some time ago. I had no clue it was there. And I find it extremely fascinating. You can actually check it out online. There's like, if you go on the French part of the Chanel website, like Chanel.com, but actually then it's Chanel.fr, then you can go into their beauty products, and then they're going to have like a whole section of the Ritz, like Chanel and the Ritz. And then you're going to think, oh wait, it's going to tell us a bit of history about Coco Chanel and the Ritz. Well, it does more than that. It actually opens up an entire file with the entire price range and the price list of the treatments and the spas and all the stuff that they do. It's amazing. And actually, if you're really a huge fan of Chanel, some treatments are also affordable for, when you're on a budget. Some treatments are not. But some, just to like go through a little bit of that allure of Chanel, luxury for the soul through cosmetics, we could all kind of grasp it, at least in some way or form. And actually, the cheapest way, if you're alone and you can't fly to Paris and you got to do it on your own, this is perfect. It's the perfect introduction to that world. Now, let's open it. It's a sturdy plastic. Almost sounds like metal though, or glass. I'm hitting the little stopper. ASMRing. Okay, so how I do it, I literally, on my finger, you twist the bottle upside down and I just tap on the bottle like bam, bam, bam. And every time you do that, a drop comes out. There's a little doser here. So 1, 2, let's just do 2 drops. It's very, very oily. And of course, it's really hard to see with this light. If we have the darkness, go into the light. It's like super, super oily, and it smells amazing. The more you warm it up with your skin, and the more, of course, you're going to smell out, the scent, the fragrance of the jasmine in this oil. Now, I have full makeup on right now, so I'm not going to put it on my face, but I have experimented using it on my face in the morning, afternoon, sometimes after I refreshen up my face, and also before going to bed. The best results for me personally are at night, and let me tell you why. I have a very oily skin. And yes, my skin doctor tells me, Dacob, you should actually start using more oils, more natural oils, even more natural than this one, just like pure natural oils on your skin, because your skin needs the oils. The more you try to dry your skin up, and the more it's going to produce sebum and talcum. So you should like really try not to go that direction. Instead, you should, give your skin the oil that it by itself is kind of programmed to produce, and then it's going to start thinking there's enough oil. So it's not going to produce all the oil on its own. So you're going to stop that sebum production. In theory, that sounds amazing. But practically speaking, when I do all this oil, when I put it on my face, I literally feel like my skin is getting fed. It feels amazing, but after an hour or two, I'm literally an oily little thing. Like you could just put a tissue. Actually, let's do this test. I'm gonna I have a little tissue paper here, and I'm just gonna put my finger on it. So now it's all clean and white, and then you're gonna see when we put the oil on it. I don't know if you could even see but anyway, it absorbs like the oil. Now the tissue has become oily in this area. Hard to see probably because, I mean, it doesn't leave stains. It's not yellow. It's a transparent liquid. But it smells really nice on the tissue now. And now the tissue is oily. So I have noticed that no matter what I do, and I try to mix it with my serum. I have like a sample of some Lancome serum I got for free. And what's it called? Genifique, something like that. Like the Gene serum, whatever. I mix it with that. I put it on without the serum. I mix it with some sample of a cream I have just like to moisturize my skin. And to me, it works the best when it's just on my skin without anything else. So nothing else has any perfumes mixing with it. I could just like feel the warmth of my skin warming up that oil and warming up the smell of the jasmine, which is delicious. It smells like food for the skin. So it does feel great, but on very oily skin, again, I'm still testing it. And I'm exercising my skin. You know, I'm teaching it kind of in the hope that my skin will stop producing so much sebum and talcum or whatever with time. And I'm really trying to give it, you know, time. But I have been using it for a couple of weeks now already. And my skin is very oily on its own. So this oil makes it even oilier. But it does add plumpness to it. I do feel more, after several days, I do feel more nourished in a weird way. I always think it's about hydration, you know what I mean? Like you always need to drink water, 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 and you're like, you need to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I sometimes forget to drink enough water, I admit, but I try to always think about it and drink a lot of water, but it's not the only thing your skin needs. Like it really needs something like this, like a really interesting oil that could do it some good. It smells amazing, but so delicate. And I'm definitely going to use more. And as you can see, after so many weeks of use on a daily basis, so little is gone because you literally need like 3 drops, tops 4 if you have very dry skin and you're mixing it in with your creams or stuff. And that's all you need because it's so much and it just keeps spreading out, and you know, and it goes all over the place and it doesn't get absorbed quickly. And that's the issue that I have with my skin, because as it doesn't really get absorbed completely, a lot of it stays in the surface, hence creating that oily effect. I have not tested it out with like full-blown makeup like I do for my videos, meaning I do not put the oil because I'm trying to prevent the oiliness when I do a video. I want to mattify as much as I can. So I do not put a Huile De Jasmin right before filming. You know, it would be, I have the feeling, perhaps counterproductive, because I would probably need to use double the amount of powder afterwards just to contrast, you know, that effect. But personally, how my facet, like what I would say is, when we were 20 minutes, I have to end it anyway. What I consider Huile De Jasmin to be is a personal moment of luxury, meaning to me personally, it's a moment you take in time for yourself when you're at home alone or whatever, when you're home, not necessarily when you're thinking to go out, when you want to stay at home and do something amazing for yourself in the morning, afternoon, or night. If you're spending the whole day at home, you just put just the oil on and you just let the skin slowly absorb it and eat it up, you know, and you're going to look oily, whatever, who cares, but you're going to feel like $1,000,000. Even they're going to look all oily because you know it's like a property that's good for you. You know what I mean? So I would not necessarily recommend it for oily skins like mine is if you are considering to wear it while going outdoors, you know, to meet other people, party events, whatever. It's something you do as a retreat for your own self, you know, for your own soul. And for that purpose, it's incredible and it's going to last long. And it's going to be like your own personal secret. You're going to kind of retreat to the fields of grass and you're going to have that jasmine oil just for yourself. And because it's so dainty and so faint and so delicate in its scent, you can truly only feel it if you're really close to yourself, with yourself, without too many sounds and other smells around you from other people. So it's definitely a beautiful way of kind of meditating, you know. And of course, if you can, I mean, if you have the budget, you know, if you're going to somebody who's massaging your face, if you have somebody, you could bring it to them and say, please use this. Thank you. Instead of your product. You know what I mean? You could do that as well. That's if you're in a budget. But if you're alone at home or with your partner, or with your loved one or whatever, or your brother, sister, whoever likes to, you know, help you out, somebody to kind of just like you lay down on the bed and somebody just like massages you with the oil on your face. It feels amazing. So guys, and Stupman, thank you very much for watching. I would definitely recommend it as an intimate secret of your own, you know, something to use just for yourself. Something that's just going to make you feel better about yourself in your own intimate sphere and bubble. In that case, I recommend it 100%, and I hope Chanel do not discontinue it. I hope it's not just a limited time release. I mean, they're testing it right now. If it does well, they're going to probably keep it. Otherwise, they're going to take it out again. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already but do wish to, please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So thanks to all of these fields of jasmine flowers, it's so much easier today to say never give up on love. Love you guys. See you soon. Take care. Bye.